Our next guest is a very successful podcaster, author, life coach, and a former monk, which his resumes go is pretty impressive. You can listen to his podcast, On Purpose, with Jay Shetty on Spotify and Netflix. Please welcome my pal, literally, Jay Shetty, everybody. The interviewer becomes the interviewee.
Oh, no, I'm about to
don't ask me no questions, Jay. Don't ask me no questions tonight, Jay. It's my turn, okay?
I'm glad you
tricked
warned
me
me
last time I was on your podcast. I've been a longtime fan. I DM'd you right after I read Think Like a Monk in 2020. And for those of y'all that don't actually know, he truly is a former monk, right?
Former, long time ago.
How many years was you actually a monk?
3 years,
Really?
years. But I remember that DM from you because I'd gone to a Grammy party. I'd seen this man perform for the first time I'd seen him live. And I'm not kidding you. People were on their feet. Some people were even on top of the tables, on top of the seats. It was a fancy Grammy party. Everyone lost it just for you. And I got a message from him straight after. I posted it on Instagram, and he said, "I can't wait to hug your neck." And I was like, I've never heard that, but it sounds amazing. I'll take it. And it was the best hug the next day at the Grammys. It was awesome.
Thank you, man. I love you. We've been friends ever since. You've been so good to me. You poured into my life as a friend and before my friend. You've helped so many people, and I'm one of the many you've truly helped. I want to talk about what it was like coming out of I don't know how to parallel these two, but I, too, have spent 3 years in a place where I didn't have a phone. You know what I'm saying? Or a connection to the outside world.
You sleep on the floor?
Yeah, where you kind of sleep on the floor.
You get 2 sets of clothes, you wear one, you wash one?
It's very similar, right? You know what I mean? What was life like immediately after the monastery?
Oh my gosh, I remember coming back, and I remember the first thing I saw was How I Met Your Mother. I streamed that immediately. And then...
It's the opposite of what I did when I first came home. I streamed the X-rated version of How I Met Your Mother the moment I came home.
So I did that, and then the next thing I did was I listened to Drake, because I hadn't listened to Drake for 3 years, and then I ate a big block of Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolate.
Wow.
Because I have a big addiction to chocolate. I couldn't wait to get back into it. So those are the first 3 things I ever did.
I did a big block of cocaine.
We're the same person. Same person. Just different paths, same person.
I know it's a crazy thing, but talk about how was it going back to the bed?
Oh my gosh, it was the best thing in the world. I mean, when you've been sleeping on the floor for that long, like on a tiny little yoga mat, really thin on the floor is cold, it's hard, it's uncomfortable. The bed was amazing. Were you not happy getting back to the bed?
Oh, dude, I was so happy. I was happy getting back to everything. You know how you went back and got a box of chocolates? I remember I went straight to the gas station to see all the kids. I was a fat kid for sure. And I was immediately like, what candies did I miss? By then they had came out with wild berry Skittles. I'd missed all that stuff. It was so bad for me when I came home. I don't know what it was in your timeline, but they had developed touchscreens.
Oh, wow.
I remember the first phone they gave me, I was like, where's the buttons? They were like, just touch the screen. I was like, wow, we're gonna be able to launch rockets soon. Was it that dramatic of a shift for you at first?
It felt like I didn't know who'd won the World Cup. I didn't know who the Prime Minister or the President was. I really felt out of touch with things, but it was amazing coming back. I mean, Drake never sounded better in 2013. So.
Drake still sounds great now.
Yeah.
What's some of the things you miss the most from your monk life?
Ooh, that's a good question. I probably miss being with my teachers the most. Like when you're surrounded by that many wise people, I did it for 3 years. I was surrounded by monks who did it for 3 decades. And that amount of wisdom, that amount of self-control, that amount of mastery, it was so special. And I really miss being around them. So I go back every year. I don't live as a monk anymore, but I go back every year, once a year, to spend a week with them in India. And I go and live and sleep on the floor for that week and spend time with them and learn from them. And it's one of my favorite things that I get to do.
Michael, are they disconnected from how insanely famous you've become?
They don't get it.
Do you explain it to them or they just don't care?
They don't care. They don't want to know.
How do you even bring that up? You come in like, hey, I just recently did a $100 million deal on Netflix and Spotify. I only bring it up to ask for some money, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
You let me know what you need. I got you.
I believe it. So how do you bring that to them? Or do you talk about it at all with these guys when you go back once a year?
talk to them. I try and talk to them about the things I talked to them about when I got to live in the monastery.
Ooh.
And one of my favorite stories that I remember from that time, have you ever heard the story of 2 travelers? So this is a story that the monks would tell, and I try and remember it. And they told it to me again recently when I was back. And so they said that there were two travelers. They came to the gate of a city. The first traveler came up, they saw the monk, and they said, "What's this city like?" And the monk said, "What was your last city like?" And they said, "Oh, everyone was horrible. Everyone was envious, jealous. They fought a lot. They had a lot of issues. It was terrible." The monk said, "This city's the same. Everyone's just like that." The second traveler came and said, "What's this city like?" And the monk said, "What was your last city like?" The traveler said, "My last city was amazing. Everyone was kind and generous and beautiful and wonderful." The monk said, "This city's just like that." And I love that lesson because we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are, as Wayne Dyer once said. And so I love that reminder to say, what's the energy I'm bringing into space? What are the lens and the eyes through which I'm having an experience?
And that's why you're Jay Shetty. I tell prison and cocaine stories on national TV, and you just drop gems that are gonna help people forever.
Dude, you help people too.
You know, I love that one of the favorite things you ask on your podcast is what's the worst advice you've ever received? And I don't think I've ever seen anybody flip that on you. And I would love to be one of the guys that got to do it. What is some of the worst advice you've ever actually received?
I didn't think you were going to do me like that, Johnny.
I told you, I'm the interviewer now. I'm the captain.
You're
now.
in control.
I'm the captain now.
By the way, isn't this guy doing an amazing job?
Thank you.
You're killing it. We were watching backstage, and you are crushing it, man.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing
I'm
to watch.
so nervous. You don't see my legs shaking.
I was trying to deflect. I was trying to deflect.
You trying to gather your thoughts?
I was trying to get
I'm going to compliment him and think about my answer.
The worst advice I've ever received is you're too young or you're too old. You're too early or you're too late. You're too overqualified or you're too underqualified. I was 28 and confused when I heard all of those things. And the reality is, if you keep waiting for someone to tell you it's the right time or the wrong time, it will never be your time. And the truth is, it's always your time. Your time is right now. Always. Always. And so, don't let anyone tell you. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not your time right now. It's always your time.
I needed to hear that more than you'll ever know, Jay. I know a lot of guests come to your podcast. I was one of the guys that came out like, I know he's going to ask me a lot of questions, but I hope he just gives me something because you're such a giver by nature. But I wondered how many guests have came to you that you can think of that gave you something in the moment, maybe on or off podcast that was life really stuck with you.
Yeah, I can think of a few. Can I tell you a few?
Please.
I've got a few. I don't want to pick just one. There's so much great advice. I had the privilege and fortune of interviewing Kobe Bryant in 2019.
The GOAT.
And I believe it was one of the last interviews he ever did. Sadly, of course, we lost him. And his insight was incredible. He said to me, don't ask the question, am I successful yet? Ask the question, am I better than I was yesterday? And I love that because I think so many of us, right? Kobe Bryant. So many of us are waiting for an external milestone to validate ourselves, to tell ourselves we made it. But actually, all we're trying to do is be a little bit, 1% better than we were yesterday. That's all we have to measure ourselves against. The other one that comes to mind, there's two more. The other one that comes to mind is from Madonna. She came on last year. And Madonna talked to me about the gift of being different. And so she was talking about how many of you have ever felt judged?
Oh.
Right?
Gracious.
How many of you have ever felt like you didn't fit in?
Yeah.
She told me that that's actually your superpower. The part of you that's judged, the part of you that doesn't fit in, don't hide it, let it shine, use it, help other people with it, because there are so many other misfits just like you and me out there who don't fit in to any box. And so I love that piece of advice. And then this one was from Tom Holland. I love this one. He said to me, he said, if you've got a problem with me, text me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me.
Wow. God, right down the middle. Yeah. I've discussed openly my struggle with addiction, my recovery, my mental health issues. Reading your books has helped me a lot with that. Watching your podcast has helped me a lot with that. I would assume because I'm hosting this show that somebody out there would be watching tonight that might struggle with some of the same things or have a family member. And I want to ask two questions about this. One, I want to say, what would you say to the family member that is figuring out a way to connect with the addict? Can we start there?
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you your opinion. You're the one who's shared so many beautiful things about this. I really think you on my episode, you shared so many great insights that have helped so many people. But I would say that help people understand that the most courageous thing they can do is ask for help. The scariest thing for someone in need is asking for help. So you have to make it so easy for them to want to ask for help, because that's the last thing on their mind, even though it feels like the most obvious thing on their mind.
Yes, you're so right. It's just opening that honest forum. It's honest. Now, I want to take it one step deeper, and if you don't want to, I know you will because you love me, but I think it could really help people, and I'm in the helping people business as you are. If you could just stare right there in camera 3 and speak directly to that broken person out there right now. If you could just give them 5 to 10 seconds of some of your wisdom to help somebody get out of a dark spot tonight. I kind of need it myself. I watched this a few times myself.
Right here.
Yeah.
They're right here.
Amen.
Well, first of all, you're not broken. You're just healing. You're not weak. You're just strengthening. You haven't fallen apart. You're just piecing things together and figuring it out. And that's what each and every one of us are doing. So keep healing, keep getting healthier, and listen to this guy and see the changes he's made in his life.
Man.
He's a reminder to us all that we can all do it.
Dude.
So I'm really powerful.
Dude, I mean it. You are, I got goosebumps right here. I got teary-eyed. There was somebody in the crowd screaming that there's people right here that need that kind of help. I just love you, man. You are truly one of the greatest minds of our generation. I believe God sent you to us, and you are a gift to everybody. Jay, thank you for being my friend, and thank you for being a guest tonight. Thank you. On Purpose with Jay Shetty, available on Spotify and Netflix. My boy did it big. We'll be right back, y'all.